Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's just 237 days until Christmas 2022. And just 2 days away from the unofficial Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So look forward to talking today. We've got, I think, some fun topics. But before we get started, if you guys could do all the social media stuff, you know, I hate that YouTube, you always got to keep saying that stuff over and over again. But it's a YouTube thing. So appreciate you all being here. I really appreciate your support. And my friend Jason Ward, hello, how are you doing today?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going quite well, thank you. You have a good weekend?
Great weekend, yeah. I'm getting a little bit of static in my headphone. I don't know if it's me or if it's you.
You're getting static. You're getting static. Let me see if I can turn this down. Hold on.
It's kind of like a lo-fi, like cool thing that you got going though on that front, you know? Like
okay.
Maybe it's a new YouTube trend that we're gonna capitalize on. You know?
Well, let me see. This is a thing that I was having a hard time with Meg. And there's Meg. Greetings. Good to see you. She's got a call, but I was having trouble with her on Friday, and then I did a sound check thing with Fitz, and we thought we had it worked out. And again, here we are again. We hear the static as well. Matt Risman says, "Well, let me see. Let me see if we can help that at all."
It doesn't sound like anything is changing. It sounds pretty consistent right now.
Pretty consistent.
Sorry.
Pretty consistent static. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do this. I got a new toy today.
Oh yeah?
And I plugged it into the.
Is it a yellow lightsaber? Will it make a lot of like grown men really mad for no reason?
Let me go back to the old-fashioned way.
Oh.
I've got a plug. We'll plug that in, and we'll listen this way. And I think I could turn things down. Hold on.
Oh, nice.
Let's do that. I'm put these away. Plug this into there.
Santa calls those his Collins machine.
I suspect that was the problem. Hello?
No, it's still there. It doesn't care.
It's still there.
I think it might be an elf vacuuming. That's a possibility.
It could be. It could be the elves doing a little maintenance there. I don't know, but I've eliminated the new stuff. Let's see. Let's turn down. Let me turn this down. Hold on.
If it's not elves, it's gremlins.
I don't think I need that at all. I can turn this. We'll see. That's the best I could do. Sound is bad. Baymax says. Sound is bad. Any better?
You got a problem with it?
Is it any better at all?
Mainstream show. We don't care.
Does it still suck?
It sounds a little like a hair dryer's going in the background.
Oh boy. Wait, hold on. Better, worse. Better?
I think you did it.
More better.
Yeah, it's better.
More better.
Go with it.
Well, let's go with it.
I feel so bad because I was here a half hour early. I was like, I want to hang out with you for a little bit. I came back. It doesn't care. It does what it wants. But and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come. I'll come a half hour early. So I did. And then you weren't in the chat yet, so I was like, oh, okay. I started working on my featured image. I looked up and it was 8:59. I was like, oh no! I ran in the show.
Yeah, I know. I saw you pop in, and just when I clicked the ad, you went away. I thought, okay, he was just testing. Everything's good, and then. So the issue comes and goes. It says somehow the static has returned. Man, this sucks. It sucks. I'm going to take a big risk. I'm going to hit the little refresh on the melon, which could. Who knows what that'll do? Who knows?
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
All right, it's my show. I win again.
Show. We're back.
The elves. Oh man, sorry, elves. I tried.
We tried. I'm back. Okay, it seems to come and go. I know Fitz uploaded a video today. Nah, come on.
What? I didn't say anything.
Fitz uploaded a video today, and the sound on it was absolutely impossible. So hopefully he can get that fixed. So in any event, here we are. we're another Monday. We're just 2 days away from making Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was at Manhattan Beach today.
Yeah.
Getting what I could get. Got what I wanted.
Did you?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
ready.
good.
So I got confirmations that I needed, and I think it should be a fun day if you like Star Wars.
Oh,
Killers.
I'm looking forward to it. I know that I hope to be able to drop in. Really hoping. At this point, it's looking good. At this point, it's looking really good. So hopefully that everything stays on track, and we're able to do that. I was also today able to make reservations down at Savi's at Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. Okay. To make a custom lightsaber for myself and my daughter. So we both get to go do that. That'll be fun on June 30th. So anybody who's in that Orlando area, we'll be going to Galaxy's Edge on the 30th. And if you guys want to try to meet us, yeah, someone vacuuming. It's still there. Oh, sounds like the vacuum. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. I don't know what else to do.
I think it's related to whatever cuts out the background noise, because it goes away whenever you get silent, then it pops up.
I see.
I think that might be the key to solving this one of these days.
I see. I know. Okay. One of these days. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Because I've got things competing, and I'll have to do another sound check this afternoon. Is there new hardware? This guy started just making rocking chairs for little kids.
And look at how far he's come, guys. So, really don't hold it against them. That's a big technological leap.
I removed the new hardware, went back to the old, I've got the earbuds in. I removed the new hardware to put in the old. I can do one more thing. Hold on. One more last ditch effort. 1 second. Right. I'll do this. I'll do that. Put this in here. Oh, there we go. Remove this cord and go straight to.
Let me look that at you. Is there any chance you have two microphones on? Like your microphone is working and then your computer mic is on? Is that any chance of that?
Let me check something here.
I've had that happen on my recording before with the old music jam.
It does not seem to be the case. It does not seem to be the case. But in any event, here we are. We'll have to deal with it today. Apologize to anybody here that can't deal with it. You guys, I understand. If it's unbearable and you just can't deal with it,
Yeah, if you're not punk enough, get out.
I get it. You know what I mean? We have a couple of fun articles. To talk about today, and a bonus article. So there's let me see if I can share on screen.
Bonus article.
A bonus. Oh boy. A bonus article. Let me see if I can, because I was doing the homework for this and starting to read, okay, where are the sources? Because a lot of times we get notices of a story, and you go to read the story, and it's second, third hand. Yeah. And I like to try to get back to the original story to read, where are they getting this from, and who's making up the interpretation, the spin for their own website, try to get clicks. It's always best to go back as far as you can. And in one of the articles I was reading, it referenced an article from Metro. And I thought, oh, okay, let me go check out this Metro article. And I'm looking, you guys heard the door chime. That means somebody's in my driveway. I'm looking in the driveway. Who's coming down the driveway? Is this something I need to be aware of or not? Is this something...
Operation Elf Scatter?
I know what this is. This is the guy coming to pick up the dumpster from the new siding. We have new siding being put on the house, and the old siding went into the dumpster. The guy is...
Guys, get in the dumpster. It's time to go. You can make it out. You don't have to make toys anymore, I promise. This is it. This is our chance.
The dumpster.
It's not the whole conversion. It's a big fun. All of it. It's working. We're doing it. Come on. Go.
The dumpster pickup is here. And now the dogs have alerted. So there we have it. So I wanted to go back to the original article, and this was one of the articles referenced in one of the other articles I was reading, and I wanted to go back and I found out this is not the article I was looking for, but it was a fun article nonetheless. Oops, hold on. Wrong. It's a fun article because you get to hear a little bit about how Ian became Palpatine from the first place. And maybe this is old news for some people. Like you've read this stuff before, but this is 2010, right? This is not it didn't happen today. But I was interested in this because in here he talked about going to conventions and how he doesn't always do that. He likes to go to the conventions, but he doesn't like to do the autograph signings. And that was one of the things that was fun to read about here. But let me see if I can get down here to where he first met with George Lucas. Here we go. So he said he was a very well-established theater actor before George Lucas cast him in Return of the Jedi. We had a conversation about nothing at all, which is a little bit consistent with the discussion that I remember reading about Dave Filoni when he got hired by Lucas. I mean, it was Star Wars related, but then it kind of went sideways on him, and they just sit there and visited. Next thing you know, here you are. And that's what happened with McDermott. He said, we had a conversation about nothing at all, and then before I knew it, I was the emperor of the universe.
Yeah.
And that just shows, like, I think Lucas knew what he wanted beforehand. And you're calling the guy to talk to him. You want to find out if you have any kind of rapport, if you can get along at all. And here's a little life advice for anybody. That's a good interviewing technique, by the way. Like, just be relatable. Be somebody that somebody can talk to. Don't be a jerk.
Just be human and somebody that they would want to work with. Right. Be somebody they're like, yeah, I think I could work with this guy, and that's a good approach for an interview. Another life tip here. I had an interview once for a job, and I was talking to the hiring manager, and we agreed on everything, top to bottom. We were exactly the same. Did not get the job. Because a decent hiring manager wants somebody who brings something to the table that they don't already have, right? Like, if I could do all the work myself, then I don't need somebody else. But if I need somebody to come in to help do the things that either I don't want to do or that I'm not really good at, then I don't want to hire somebody that's just like me. So that's weird. That's weird because George Lucas seemed to be pretty good at being emperor of his galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Baymax, bypass the compressor. I know how to do that, Baymax. I know how to do that. Give me 1 second here.
That's what I was saying.
To the filters.
Your limiter, your compressor.
Okay.
Because yeah, when you stop talking, that's when it really gets going.
How about now?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Still bad. Still bad. Okay, well, I've got one more filter I can turn off. Okay, here we go. All the filters. The compressor is off. The limiters. Everything. Nothing's on.
There's like a slight crunch to your line. I think you might have a lot of mic gain.
I might.
That might be a little bit of it to some extent.
Well, let's go over here. Over here.
But,
Mike.
Don't over. Maybe down. Like just a tick.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Hold on. Let me go over here. I've got compressor. Let's turn that all the way off. Compressor's off. Let's over here. The gate. Let's go to the gate.
Yeah. In J.W. Rinsler's making of Return of the Jedi has a lot about the info about him being hired and a lot of what this interview says, but definitely worth checking out because people don't really remember that Palpatine was something different in Empire Strikes Back. By the time we got to Return of the Jedi, they're like, that might.
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep reading this kind of thing as well, like people talking negatively about the sequels. I saw somebody made this comment, and then it got all kinds of support, and I'm like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. They said, how about, they said the difference between the sequels and the other Star Wars movies is that the others were fully written before they started filming. Like, no, dog. I mean, how it went.
Nah. Yeah, no. Lucas had a bunch of ideas, path A, path B, path C, and then but he didn't make any choices. There was no script written, and it was pretty much like the same process. You know, Luke is the son of Darth Vader. Luke isn't the son of Darth Vader. Rey is a Kenobi. Rey's a Palpatine. Rey's a nobody. It was all. It wasn't like they hadn't thought of all of the possibilities before they even wrote a script.
Right. Right. Exactly. So it's just the difference with the sequels is that you had a different story author. All right. Like with the original trilogy and the prequels, George was the glue that tied all of it together, even though he was making it up as he went and changing the story as he went, and where he ended was nowhere close to where he started. Like, get those, got to move away from those. The other story that I always catch people on, and it's become kind of just common knowledge that's wrong, is that they changed the color of the lightsaber because it in Return of the Jedi, because it conflicted with the sky on the sail barge.
That was actually in Star Wars Insider. Like, they literally propagated that.
But it's not the whole story, my friends. Mm-hmm. Right? It came and there's a nice interaction you can read with the how that actually went down, and that they were kind of dealing with. Okay, Luke's hand was chopped off, and the lightsaber went with it. So how do we explain he has a new lightsaber? And George is like, don't answer it. We'll just deal with that when they get to the.
I'm super quiet on the screen.
No, Jason super. The dumpster guy's having a problem. Things are going well for him.
You could go take care of it if you need to.
I will do that, and I will be back. I'll be back. Hold on.
Yeah, I just got a text message while Santa was talking, and it's from the elves, and it says, "The version not work. He released dogs. Bimby and Zimbo devoured." So I think he's going to clean up the crime scene right now. The elves, unfortunately, will not have another. No, it's not on my side. The old sound issue here, but definitely coming into my headphones, so I know it's not me for what it's worth. But I'm in control now. I'm the new Santa. But yeah, I also yeah, when it comes to like the history of Star Wars stuff, though, the majority of people tend to get it from articles that lazily do it as like a here's a fun fact for you kind of thing, and then it becomes just common knowledge, if you will. And that's definitely not the way to do it. I recommend everybody read the J.W. Rinsler books. They're as close to an official story as you can get without it being completely PR controlled. Like there's times when it's completely, I think, more candid than you will ever get in anything in the future. So it is what it is, you know. But yeah. By the way, on a side note, a little bit of self-promotion. Baymax pretty much had the great idea for a new shirt. We got a new
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's back.
Yeah, it just removed me.
Oh, all right. Sorry about all that, but we got things straightened out with the dumpster.
All right.
We're all good.
That helps.
He's,
It was an inside job. I was working against you the whole time. I'm saying, friend, not yours.
he can't get. This one is not going to the Hall of Fame. Trust me, I know that, Ducky. I think
We shall persevere.
the dumpster won't load on the truck, so. So he's hooked onto it and he's just dragging it down the driveway till he gets to a flat spot. When he gets to the flat spot, then he's going to try to load it on the truck again. But it's leaving these great big scars in our driveway, which is awesome. But it's all good. I don't care. It's good.
Star Wars lives in luck. We love battle scars.
All right, Santa's really loud. Let me fix that. I can fix that.
I think it might be kind of a gain issue because I got
All right.
my stuff set how it always is.
All right.
For what it's
Well,
worth.
I've turned my gain all the way down. I've turned off all the filters. Let me go back here. Let me go back and look here. I think the gain is like,
That sounds better.
okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. You have a lot of gain and background noise on my end now.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I'm going to have to mess with it.
Yeah, because my mic is my headphones are on like 1 out of 20,
Yeah.
and I can hear you really
Okay.
well. So.
All right. Well, I've got the compressor set to 0. I've got the gate turned down, the attack and releaser set way down. Threshold is minimal. Like everything's down. I give up. I give up.
What is Ian telling us?
Ian.
Is he getting new jobs?
Let's go back here.
Just doing job interviews. And
So I went to
temping.
I went to our friend Bestman Bulletin and pulled up the article from his site, which all of these are reporting of ICCC, right? So he did an interview at ICCC, and everybody's pulling the information from that interview. And during an appearance, said Ian was asked about the possibility of reprising his role as Palpatine, to which he responded, "There's a certain show coming soon, okay? Certain show, a certain show. There are lots of certain shows coming soon.
Yeah,
we don't know which A he's talking about, which is sort of the key. And let's not be too hasty, our friends, right? Like, there are several to choose from, and we'll talk about. And I think Bestman does a good job in his article talking about it as well. Set around the time where I may have been considered to be very active. All right, so that would have been between the prequels and the original trilogy. Very active. Whether or not you'll see my physical body, I can't comment on, but you will certainly feel my presence. Now, that's the gist of it, right? That's the gist of the whole comment that everybody's kind of reading into and taking their opinions from. And I think that Bestman here talks about the chances. This is the obvious answer seems to be Kenobi, but there's a big one there. But I like big butts, and I do not lie.
Yeah.
No, right there. Everything that's been leaked and heard, it would be a surprise if it was Palpatine in Kenobi. Right.
Yeah. He and I were talking about that when this came out, and I was just like, it can't be. I mean, famous last words. You know what I mean? But I was told, like, it would be weird for this, knowing what I know right now, would be weird for this to be the thing that they like really kept secret.
Right.
It has no payoff. It would have like absolutely no payoff for it to be secret in Kenobi, and compared to everything else that I know, I'm just like, it can't be. But what I take Meg's story about Masamida, whatever it is, and Bestman's story about Royal Guards.
Yep.
And I'm like, I bet you he addresses the Senate at some point.
That's right.
As a hologram, from his secret location for safety.
It's the path of least resistance with the most evidence. I think is clearly Andor, because and Bespin says the same thing, right? The appearance of the Imperial Royal Guards, right there. And it's worth noting, it's been reported that Mas Amedda could be making an appearance, right? So that's Meg's story. This is Bespin's story. Yep, 1 and 1 together means Palpatine Andor. Again, does that mean he shows up on set, like, in physical presence, or a hologram? Who knows? But in either event, that's where my bet is as well. He also brings up the option of being an animated series. It could be the Bad Batch. Now,
I think that's the best one, though. I think that is the best option.
It absolutely could be the case, because Ian has done voiceover work before for animated work.
And they've never CGI'd Palpatine. Like, if they were to make him a hologram in the classic way that they use the holograms, they still would need to film them.
Yeah. And so yeah. And who's to say Andor is the only one? It could be Andor or the Bad Batch. Right? It could be both.
It could be Tales of the Jedi. I mean, why not? I mean, we don't really know what the parameters of that series are either.
Yeah.
And we don't know what Ian has straight either. Ian probably is not on, Twitter every day looking to see what Bespin Bulletin and we're talking about. You know what I mean? So
right.
he probably doesn't pay too much attention. He just knows not to spill the beans.
Exactly. And here you say whether or not you see my physical body or not. That leads into saying, well, he was in a studio doing some voiceover work. He doesn't know if they're going to put his body in there in some sort of, thing or not. But he was doing the talking. He was doing the talkie. So look for him to show up.
Let me ask you this. This is something that I still don't entirely understand 100%. But remember in Star Wars Rebels when Palpatine appears to Ezra, he's very young looking. And then there was some stuff where at times where it would seem like they were there was almost this idea and some stuff that they were using Star Wars version of ILM for Palpatine's addresses. Is there a chance that they are doing something like that using the deep fake tech? He voiced it. They have an actor doing a stand-in, and they're going to make him look like Chancellor Palpatine from Episode 1 for a sequence to address the Senate, for instance. Dude. Are they going with that way, or are they keeping the whole disfigured thing like he was never returned to his self? I don't know. I mean,
dude, I love that thought. It could absolutely be that for sure. Because it doesn't. Where we're headed with that deepfake stuff, and especially with Palpatine, I think, and even more so if he's just the hologram, right? If he's just appearing translucent on some image, that can 100% be deepfake everything,
right?
So, yeah, that would be right. So let's if we rule out Kenobi, which I think is the smart thing to do, the smart money is ruling out Palpatine on Kenobi, then that leaves us with Andor, leaves us with Bad Batch. Could we get him in Ahsoka?
Sure. I mean, the reason why I say sure is because we don't know what the Anakin Ahsoka relationship is. Is it flashback based?
Well, that's true. I mean, everybody keeps talking about the World Between Worlds dealio, right? And how Ahsoka may or may not use the World Between Worlds in her show, and what would she use it for? The presumption is always, well, you use the World Between Worlds to alter events. But I think that goes against everything that Dave has talked about. That goes against sort of the nature of it. However, that doesn't mean you couldn't use it as an observation platform to learn things from the past or the future or some other, she's wanting to know, where did they go, right? Where did Ezra and Thrawn go? Well, the World Between Worlds, you could, go to the portal where that happens, and you could see, okay, what's going on, and then you could use that to explore different parts of the galaxy without going to different parts of the galaxy.
Yeah, magic mirror. Magic
Yes.
mirror on the wall, you know.
Yes.
Also, I think though at the same time, based off of the evidence at hand, it would be best just to Occam's razor it. And we always say that logo that everybody sees as the world between worlds is the Jedi Temple ceiling.
Yes.
From that we see in Rebels. That's not the world between worlds. That's a print in a Jedi temple.
Yes.
Bespin Bulletin just put out pictures of ruined Jedi temples.
Yes.
With Ahsoka. So if we're just going to Occam's razor it, that is what it is saying, is that if they're having to go to Jedi temples for something, and based off of what we saw with Grogu and Ahsoka, she's very aware of this communication system that she sends Grogu to.
Yes.
She knows what that is. We never saw that in the Clone Wars. We never saw it in Star Wars any other time before.
Yeah.
So she likely learns of this after Return of the Jedi. I mean, that's probably, maybe.
Right.
And so why? And so I think that if that's it's probably in her search for Ezra that she learns, and that's probably how she meets Luke Skywalker, is calling out through that.
I love it. Yes. All of that is great. And you mentioned the Jedi Temple, and and if you guys missed it, again, let's just go here on Bespin Bulletin's site and look at those pictures from last week.
Giant foot, a big old Jedi shoe is what we say. That's what I say it is. It might not be. It might just be, Greedo shoe. But
I think it's a big boot. That's not Ahsoka. That's some ad. Quit showing me ads. Can I just see the site, please? There we go.
You should put an ad blocker on your browser for doing the show. I think it would be okay. Me and Bespin would be okay with not getting those Santa coins.
Okay.
I think.
Here are the pictures. So Bespin Bulletin's picture A and picture B, and then he does this. He did the close up on picture A. And, this is certainly some sort of Jedi or Sith temple. I think your money is on Jedi, not Sith.
Yeah, I'm on Jedi just based off of what we were hearing before any of the stuff came out. So
excellent.
Yeah,
So if it's a Jedi temple, there's several that it could be, and then again, these are feet. There's no question. These are feet. Like that's a boot coming down, foot. That's what that is. Whose feet? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. So Palps in Ahsoka, especially if she's doing mirror on the wall, especially.
Yeah.
Like 100% could be Palpatine in any one of those mirrors. And as she's watching some event and she's learning what's going on, trying to put pieces together. That could absolutely be the case.
Yeah, or I mean, but also, like I was also saying, a flashback of young Ahsoka with Anakin Skywalker and Palpatine, and something there that's just like very telling that she may remember back to. Because I kind of feel like, from what I'm hearing, the Ahsoka show will be the most fan servicey of anything that we've ever got. And so that's why I'm not ruling that one out for sure. Whether it's for the best, whether it serves the story in a great way or not, I kind of think they may do something just like that.
Got it. Well, that's. I think it's exciting, and the story, Ian McDermott's story, is making a lot of waves, and I think people getting really ramped up and excited for a celebration, Star Wars celebration, not making Star Wars celebration. Which
that's 2 days from now.
Not to be confused, because here's the thing. Last May 4th, Lucasfilm gave us a big fat nothing burger, right? We got very, very little from them. There was a little bit in there. Of course, we did get Bad Batch and a couple other things, but from an overall like Star Wars day, it was pretty flat.
And Jimmy Kimmel doesn't come on till like 11 o'clock or something.
Right.
So if there's a clip from Jimmy Kimmel that day, hopefully they just release the clip that day and then Kimmel just shows the same clip that was released that day to get it to the general audience. That's what I'm hoping.
And you have tickets to Kimmel, yeah?
They are cruel. No, I got the thing saying confirm your like ticket. I go to hit it, it's all sold out. Like it was like 1 minute after too. And then this morning I wake up and it's like, hey, you need to confirm your ticket. And I'm like, oh wow, maybe it messed up before. So I go to do it and it still says sold out. So I don't think I'm gonna be going.
Oh, big sad. Man, that's no fun. so
yeah.
Star Wars, making Star Wars Celebration Day, May the 4th. You have some things planned. You have some stories.
Yeah, I do.
In the hopper. You've got some fun.
I don't want to say what they are at all because I don't want to. If anybody else has the info, I don't want to give them the opportunity to get out ahead.
Here's the thing: we can count on making Star Wars to deliver some news on making Star Wars Celebration Day. We cannot count on Lucasfilm giving us any news on an official Star Wars Day.
I hope so. I hope so.
I know.
But my plan is to drop a few articles and do a show for every article, and hopefully official stuff is coming out in between that. That's not like, hey guys, guess what? We have a new toddler show coming out on YouTube starring Sebulba. You know what I mean? And and guess what? Phase 7 of our Ancient Jedi storybooks, that's happening, and we have an exclusive interview with little Chucky Schuster, who's writing book 9. Like if it's stuff like that, I'm not even gonna bother. But
yeah. I see X-Wing here, and you touched on something I want to revisit. And I talked about it Friday with Meg, but I want to bring it up here because I see X-Wing, and I listened to his show last week, and they were talking about it on there. Tales of the Jedi, animated shorts. That is likely to be a lot closer to Galaxy of Heroes than it is to be the Clone Wars.
well, what if animated shorts are just swimming shorts with cartoon characters on them from Star Wars? What if it's that dumb? It could be worse. It could be worse.
It's apparel. It's not even a show.
Yeah, it's some like Grogu swim trunks. That's our animated shorts for you. Tales of the Jedi.
Galaxy of Adventures. Yeah, I think it's more likely to be along that line.
Yeah.
That's where my expectation is set. And I know they were talking about it maybe being, this thing, which it's not, right? It's not this. So X-Wing? X-Wing, you guys were talking about this? No, not this. 100% not going to be this. Don't look for this. Don't expect this.
They wouldn't need Dave Filoni to bring something out that already exists. That would be an adaptation. It would be somebody else handling it.
It's not happening.
But what I will say is, I actually don't think that those Galaxy of Adventure things, I don't think there's anything actually wrong with it. I think that they were good. I think that they did a good job for what they were. They were about the toy line. It was always obvious that that's what it was. So if they announce a toy line with it, then we know exactly what it is.
Yes.
But I don't think you need Dave Filoni to launch a toy commercial. I just don't think you need it.
Look, I watched the entire run last Friday. I put it on YouTube and did the 2x speed and plowed through all of them. A lot of them are fun stories. You can't put too much weight in them because some of them are pretty, and if you try to do the whole canon tie-in stuff, it'll make your brain hurt. But you can't do too much of that. Forces of Destiny, that's it. Yeah, I think it's going to be very close to that. I really do.
Okay.
It could be, and this is where I talked to Meg again Friday. It could be tie that together with what we heard some rumors about Visions Season 2. It could be animated shorts from multiple studios that they sent it out to and said, "Hey, you guys want to do a Star Wars? And here's your thing. We're going to, instead of Visions, we're calling it Tales of the Jedi. You guys go and let them go. And that could be season 2 of Visions, just with a little different spin on it.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that's not the case because Dave Filoni. They wouldn't need Dave Filoni to manage creativity in an anthology thing that they weren't in charge of. So I think Dave Filoni's the one thing that makes this seem like it's gonna be something kind of neat. That's my guess. But do you think we'll ever get actual Old Republic content? See, like, I think they're like damned if they do, damned if they don't with that one, because so much is established. It would require them to go back to a Star Wars Legends issue again, where they're now reconfiguring things that people liked.
Yeah. Quentin, thank you for the $5 super chats. He's like, Jinx. I just said that he was typing. Thank you for that. I don't know. I go back to Resistance had Dave Filoni involved.
Yeah.
What was Resistance?
Yeah, but that was when he was handing over Lucasfilm Animation to Justin, drawing a blank on his name right now. But that was more about a vote of confidence, I think, from people on Twitter than the actual reality of that project. And the credit probably for that one mostly went to the fact that he was a main creative consultant, being that's when he just got that like new gig at Lucasfilm when he was just promoted. So I don't think I'm not really holding that one up against this. I feel like I also, the one thing I find weird about it, or that I think is suspect about it at all though, is the fact that he's jumped to live action so hard with Favreau. They have so many projects, and then there's this animated thing happening. And I don't know what to think about that. Maybe he just misses animation. Maybe he just loves it and wanted to do something still. Maybe it's that simple. But it's also sort of weird timing that once you've kind of jumped from animation at Lucasfilm, and you're kind of in charge of a whole era, that you're like bothering with it. So that is the one part where I'm like, what if he just directed an episode? What if he just directed the pilot? You know what I mean?
He's just executive director.
Mm-hmm.
And his involvement in actually writing, directing, animating is nothing, right?
Yeah.
What if it's just executive director? He's coming on in his role as the head of content with his history with animation to announce, hey, we've got this series. You bring on and you tell, and that's it. So
yeah,
at this point, we just don't know. We just do not know. Lots of speculation. I just want to dispel any thought, any rumor, any speculation that it's any of this.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's not any of this at all. 0%. Zero. Like zero. No,
yeah.
It's not happening. And I know they were talking about how excited they were because, hey, this is going to touch on some of the Old Republic characters, some of the stuff that we have been fans of in the expanded universe. They're going to canonize some fantastic stuff. No, my friends, no.
One thing that I keep saying, and nobody seems to care about this point, and I think it is so valid, that if I end up being right, I want to do a huge victory lap about it and just shout in everybody's face about it, is that when they were doing the last Clone Wars season, they spent a ton of money making Anakin and Obi-Wan, making brand new models, upgrading them extensively for a very small amount of content. And I keep thinking that the justification may have been this Tales of the Jedi series, because maybe there's going to be some Anakin Obi-Wan episodes that they intended to do as Clone Wars episodes that just never got to happen. Some of the very tail end stuff, some things that just never got made, and maybe they're going to finish it here, and maybe it's going to look just like the Clone Wars, the final season, the final episodes, and the Bad Batch, and they're going to be able to use all the assets that they created for the end of Clone Wars and the Bad Batch stuff, and that's why that was the financial justification for doing both shows. I think that's something to consider.
That would be surpassing expectations. I just I hate to get the hope up, and that's why I really wanted to address X-Wing when I saw him in the chat. I just had to, because setting the expectation can be extremely dangerous when the fans read into it. You know, you see the logo again. I can't help it, right? You see this logo, you know, and that's what it. You know, it's Tales of the Jedi. That's what the logo looks like. It's natural for somebody to say, "Oh, it's the Dark Horse comic stuff. It's going to."
But that wasn't for you. That's the thing everybody needs to remember. If that logo wasn't for you, that was for Lucasfilm people during the holiday season. If they had their way, you never would even have seen it. And the one thing I'll also throw out there is Filoni has designed nearly every logo of every show he's worked on. I don't think he just went and that was his choice. I think he was busy. And I expect when we see that logo, it's not that one. That's my other prediction.
100%. I agree with you that. 100%.
Yeah.
And Quentin, watch Resistance. I encourage you. Yes, do watch it, but know that the lead character in it is annoying as crap. Like I absolutely cannot stand him. And when I thought his character was getting better in the second season, they said, nah, he still sucks. So
yeah, I always say it's a bunch of people who don't have kids who think they know what kids act like and what kids like. My kids hated that character. They're like they did not think he was any good. I am, guys, I swear I'm silent. I do not critique anything like that, any kids content to my kids. Yeah. I don't want to ruin I don't want to be like, if He-Man was on when I was 5 and my dad was like, this is crap, I'd be like, what? Oh, okay. You know, would have bummed me out. So I don't do that to my kids.
Right. But there are parts of that are really, really good.
Sure.
I love that you get to see Captain Cardinal. He actually shows up in it. Mm-hmm. Super awesome.
Like Moynihan's character, Bobby Moynihan's character was pretty funny. He's
yeah,
pretty
there
good
are
too.
some good characters in it. And some of the animation in it is stunning. Some of the animation not so much. So you just look. It is a ride. You're right, Quentin. It's going to be a ride, but just take it for what it is. Don't. It's not for you.
I loved it when it felt like Speed Racer, and I just wish it had embraced that a little bit more. Like when Speed Racer works, and when it was emulating Speed Racer, it was working. And then when it moved away from it, then it was just like, I'm not really interested.
I know. I know. Look, it's not the dumpster fire some folks out there want to make it out to be, and just tell everybody it's trash. It's not. At the same time, it's not the best Star Wars you'll watch either. So
yeah, if you like Star Wars Rebels, it never gets as deep as Star Wars Rebels in terms of lore, but the flaws of Rebels are really there too. Like the character just tripping over his own feet, and you're like, oh man, puberty, right? It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like we, you know, you want it, like when you are at that stage, you want, if we just take A New Hope, you want to be Luke. You're not cool, but there's a princess and he's going on an adventure, and he hasn't achieved Han Solo-dom, but he's on the path, and that thing just steps. It's just like the guy can't tie his own shoes, and it's just like, that's not what kids want either.
No,
it's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
And they had. Look, the show has another character to fill that role.
Yeah.
You didn't need it to be Kaz, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's, look, Kaz should have been and could have been, even if it was a Ezra type, would have been better. Mm-hmm. Right? Would have been better. But anyhow. And Man on the Moon, as an Old Republic fan, it is kind of a slap in the face. Name a show after something, take the logo from that something, and then not make it that thing. I get it.
But like I said, logo, you should cross the logo out unless they use the logo at Celebration. If the logo's there on Celebration, I'll give it to you. But in terms of now, I think it was just about, you know, not writing it in MS Paint text.
Right.
On that gift.
Matt Risman, shame on you. Right. I go with Star Wars obsession. How dare you? All right. Yes. So I do want to get to, let's see. I just get caught up here. Quentin again. Quentin, another $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Every time you say Kaz, I hear Maz Kanata.
No, Mass Canada. It goes, sorry. Did you like the sequels? No. Sorry.
I'm about to go over
I'm Mass
to
Canada. Yeah. Sorry.
I also wanted to cover this story that Meg talked about today. She sent it to us over the weekend that she found it, and she was pulling some content out of it. And it is a really good article. I have the link in the description here for anybody that wants to go read it. But it's by this Gustav Hogan, right? It's he does creature stuff, right?
Ooh,
and
Gustav Hogan, the Hulkster. The Hulkster wrote this.
He is involved with a project of his own, and this is primarily about that project of his own called hatching. So hatching, he gets to design the creatures. It comes out of his creativity. It comes out of his imagination, and it kind of challenges him and lets him kind of stretch his legs a little bit. And he loves it. He's really super excited about it. And he goes on to talk about how he got started, and he was inspired by Return of the Jedi, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, all that's fantastic stuff.
All my favorites.
All the favorites. All of them.
Where's Willow, though? Where's Willow? Come on. Poser. I will say.
Well, you're
good
right.
Find, Meg, by the way. Good find, Meg.
It's a fantastic find. Huge kudos to Star Wars Meg for finding the article and highlighting the content, because this is really good. Really good. He says his dream job was to work on Star Wars, and then he did work on The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Solo, and Andor. So he got to do all the Star Wars. Super exciting.
If it was filmed at Pinewood, that was where he was.
Yes. And he says everything's under one roof. He said, so when we did Force Awakens, they have a script, but they don't have an idea. Right here. This is where, be prepared, my friends. This is the hate videos. Mm-hmm. Red eyes, people just in a complete rant. Right here. They don't have an idea what kind of creatures or characters the world inhabits. Rage. Yeah. Let your rage flow. That's happening. But he's just saying, look, they've got the story arced out. They've got these worlds. And as the worlds go, then they let the creatives, like in the creatures or the ships or the whatever, come up with different designs. And it says, so to feed the imagination, right? They're allowing them to kind of play with it. There'd be a whole design team, and they'd pump out design after design after design. So, use your imagination, come up with as many things as you can. And then they would put the wall of sketches arranged, and then like Abrams for Force Awakens would come in and stick a Post-it note next to the sketches he wanted to produce for the film. And then they'd build from there. So this whole sort of, mind, creativity, let your juices flow, put everything on the wall, and then let the director come in and pick the things. The difference between that and doing your own project is you get to pick the things, right? You get to come up with them, and you get to pick them. So not necessarily we're able to do that with the Star Wars. Right? It says, on other occasions, they have the privilege of also designing ourselves. Really helps because people that design the creatures familiar with the technicality of how it's made. Like, you know the art, right? You know how to do it. They never designed anything.
Neil Scanlon and Hogan, they did great work. I mean, I think you would be a complete moron to ever really trash talk them. No, like no one does it better. It's just a fact, in my opinion. You might want to see an Admiral Akbar. You might want to see a Greedo. You might want to see a Walrus Man and a Squid Head. But that's nothing to do with the work that they were doing. that has nothing to do with it. Like, that's the only critique that I've ever heard about their work, and it's not even up to them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. So he is not this article. He's not trashing Lucasfilm. He's not trashing Star Wars, but he does say that after doing a bunch of them, let me get down here. Get down to when he gets back to Star Wars again, because he gets talking about hatching. So here he is when hatching compares to Andor, which is the series coming up, which is where we probably see Palpatine, not Kenobi. The challenge of hatching's creature creation gave him satisfaction different than he experienced working on Star Wars. Rather than the massive team Star Wars budget allowed, he was entrusted with all the animatronics. The journey was partly extremely stressful, but more rewarding, right? So this is where people, again, the rage videos are coming. Like, how could something be more rewarding than Star Wars? Star Wars is the most rewarding of the things. Oh, calm down. Just calm down, right?
Yeah, and that doesn't even that's an artist's personal journey. You can't critique that, but at the same time, you could go and look at the Dark Crystal, a movie I love, but it's not as palatable as Star Wars, and that's one that literally it spends time going, look at how pretty the stuff we made is. Yeah. To its detriment, I think at times.
Yeah. Well, and he says the reason it's more rewarding is because it's done under my studio. From the very start to the very end, you have complete creative control. He doesn't have that with Star Wars. He can't just make up anything he wants and do whatever he wants. There are guidelines, and there's a story, and there's some parameters there that he doesn't have control of. So he said that it'll stay with me much longer than, say, Andor. And said, from a technical point of view, what I had to do for hatching was more complicated for Andor work-wise, and that's a big difference. And he says, a stronger bond with hatching. Again, it's out of his brain, right? He says, I still love doing Star Wars. Here you go. Again, it's important to read articles, my friends. Right? Read the whole thing. Read it for yourself. It's a skill that is dying in this space.
Reading.
People want to react to headlines, and people want to react to snippets without getting full context or the full story.
That's the best part of Knives Out is when what's her name talks about she read a tweet a tweeted headline from the New Yorker about something, but didn't read the article. That pretty much sums up reality right there.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And it's dangerous. He says, I still love doing Star Wars, but after, how many have I done? About 7? A bit of Star Wars fatigue creeps in. So there again, another trigger word, Star Wars fatigue. Remember all the YouTube videos? Yeah.
Hey, I covered every single one that he did, and I even get it. And I love the hell out of it. I can't stop watching it.
Right.
But I mean, and when you're doing 7 Star Wars movies as a creature creator, I mean, there comes a point where like the parameters are kind of set unless they start really doing something different and start like letting it grow in a different way. But as long as they find that Star Wars is defined, then there's a box that you're going to be working in as a creative. That's just the truth.
It is. It is totally. And he says it ends really, really well. And I think a lot of people need to pull this piece from the piece. It says, don't fret. Right. One thing he did tease about is people are going to love it. It's going to look fantastic. Look, I'm super excited for Andor. I think it's good. It's going to be great.
I've seen the sets. I've seen a lot of the sets from Andor, and I gotta say, they're better than Solo: A Star Wars Story by far.
Wow.
So, for what it's worth, so I'm gonna say maybe the best sets we've had on a Star Wars TV show, but maybe not necessarily as good as say the sequel trilogy films themselves overall.
Oh.
But pretty close. Different.
Excellent.
Though. Yeah, I think people are going to... And I think if the creatures are as good as what we would come to expect... Because I think, like, with, like, the Neil Scanlon team of people, they're amazing. Like they're like, the best in the world. Whether, they might not... on Star Wars, like I said, things are defined. They do have to make, like... I mean, remember Bob and Joe? irrelevant, but beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Star Wars politics. Hello, my friend. He said, "Yeah, I hear Andor seasons 2 and 3 are already greenlit." Yes, yeah, that's true. But the story was it was originally planned for 5 seasons. The seasons are longer, more episodes per season, perhaps. Episode length and count is going to play into it.
Yeah, I should probably clarify that a little bit too. Is that it? I don't know. I may be responsible for the 2 and 3 thing. I'm not positive about that, but I have that they're going to be filming season 2 at Elstree Studios in November, but they have rented the space for 18 months. And so I theorize either they're doing season 2 and 3 back to back, or they have something else going in there after. I saw that kind of get turned into are they doing 2 more seasons back to back? I suggested maybe, and then but I didn't see what Campia reported, and I don't know if Campia got it from me. So I might be overstepping.
Story where they said it was originally planned for 5 and then it was cut down to 3.
There was a yeah, and on that one, we don't know what that means, but we do know that if these are very long seasons, and that there were so many delays, so I think they may have gone from doing 6-episode seasons to doing 12-episode seasons, literally smashing it together and then cutting off a little bit in that process. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, and Sheev asked a good question. Do you think we could end up getting creatures like Zeb or the Bendu? You talk about creatures, and yeah, that's a good point. Like, people have been wondering about Rebels characters showing up in live action, and we've heard Hera, we've heard things like Chopper. We've seen Chopper before, and we've seen plenty of Twi'lek characters.
I've seen work from Ahsoka for Rebels, and I'm not saying that Zeb's not there, but I didn't see anything for Zeb.
Yeah.
So that's just the one thing that I gotta throw out there.
Brent.
I hope so, though.
Brent, I think we're going to see plenty of Lothal in Ahsoka. I don't remember seeing Lothal in Mandalorian. Where am
I don't think so. I don't think we saw it in Mando.
Yeah,
I'd love to, though. That would be cool.
I don't. If it was, I just don't remember. But I do expect we'll get plenty of Lothal in Ahsoka. And Quentin asked a good question as well, like the extra time just in case they need reshoots. Look, good point.
Well, okay, so here's the thing though to note about reshoots is that reshoots are always a part of the process. There is always time allocated for reshoots for every single production.
Yeah.
Like, so we only know the poo-poo is hitting the fan when there are additional reshoots, like in Rogue One's instance, where now all of a sudden, they're adding 3 months to the already time that was allocated for reshoots, and we know, wow, they're reshooting a lot of this movie. That's when you know that there's something going on there. But these productions always have that wiggle room. It's always included.
Yeah. Yes, Britt. We did see a loft cat. We did see a loft cat, but it wasn't on Lothal. Right. Big difference.
Right.
Yeah. So there you have it. I know we've had some sound issues. I saw Baymax's point, like, hey, it's terrible. Sorry for the sound issues. I'll do another sound check later today, see if we can get it sorted out so that I can get it all fixed up for later this week. Specifically, we have Making Star Wars Celebration coming up on Wednesday. Right? Making Star Wars Celebration on Wednesday. Don't miss it. You guys, please check out the article there that we just talked about with the animatronics. It's a great article. And again, huge thanks to Star Wars Meg for sending that to Jason and myself. That was, yes, She is a champion. She was absolutely great. For both of you as parents, do your kids like the animated series? Which is their favorite, if so? Well, I say my daughter, Kayla, so Shay hasn't watched any of the animated stuff. Kayla, on the other hand, has watched some of it. She is not caught up to all of it. Her favorite, I'll have to verify this, but my belief is that her favorite is the Bad Batch, because she hasn't watched all of the Clone Wars, and she has watched none of Rebels and none of Resistance. So I think by Bad Batch is the default there. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, my kids are a little smaller, like 8 and 7 now, and they enjoy the cartoons and that they watch them randomly. I don't think they really necessarily see them as being altogether separate. They only see personalities and heroes. And so if I was to ask them what they like, they would probably say the Lego animated show, because they just see the character and then the fun with the character. They don't really care yet about the bigger story.
Yeah. Oh, Quentin says his daughter, she's 2.5. She loves Rebels and Clone Wars. They haven't watched all of it yet. At 2.5, some of Clone Wars is a little bit, wow. But yeah, they love the laser flying, about all of that, the action. Sure.
Yeah, with my kids, we just always talked about movie production ever since they were that small. Like that's the thing is, if it's something very, very sexy, so to speak, I won't let them watch it. They just don't need to be introduced to that stuff. But when it comes to like general cartoony violence, they kind of, they watch episode 9, Bulio's head gets thrown onto the thing. How do you go worse than that? In a way,
right?
In a way,
bodies floating in space. Yeah, that's kind of rough as well. And
as a kid, Order 66 with Anakin and the kids, people act like, oh my god, how could they ever do that? As a kid, I was very aware that Darth Vader would do that to me. I very much knew that Darth Vader would murder me, and I was afraid of him. And that's why he's still the best.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's good to be scared when you're a kid of bad guys.
Ducky. They're making this for our friend Baymax. They're making a Vespa Gang show because they heard how much Baymax loves the Vespa Gang. They're like, whoa, dude, we hit it off the charts with that Baymax guy, so we better make a whole series based off of it. Yeah.
You know what? I think it could work. I honestly do. I'm not trying to troll or have a hot take. I think it could work. It just will not work in that production with Boba Fett in that setting. But the idea of a gang of youths on little mopeds that do crimes and stuff, sure, why not? Why wouldn't that work in Star Wars?
Sure. Oh, I think I know what. I gotta go back. Brent keeps talking about this Lothal thing and the Loth cat. I gotta go back. And I saw Fitz said it was the Ahsoka episode of season 2 of Mando. That was not Lothal. That was the planet where we saw the Marshall or whatever her name was that gave Mando the best.
Marshall Meg?
No. What was her name? It'll come to me later. Corvus. Corvus. Is that it? Corvus. With where's this? Where is your boss? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Yeah.
The magistrate. Yeah, the magistrate. That's who. That's the episode. That was not on Lothal.
No, it was not.
Yeah, 100% not Lothal. So there you go. That's good.
We haven't seen it in live action yet.
No, not yet. What was her name? Daggone it, magistrate.
Yeah, her name is like Brianna Kitster or something. I always need Meg to tell me. Meg always knows this one.
Yeah, I have to do it through name association to get to it as well.
Yeah.
And right now I'm not making the connection to get there. Like if I could get put on the track, I could get to it.
Morgan Elsbeth. Thank you, Star Wars Politics.
Morgan Elsbeth. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Star Wars. That's it.
All right. So it's Morgan Freeman if his name was Elizabeth. That's how we're going to remember it from now on. Morgan Freeman if he was played by Elizabeth Shue. Morgan Elsbeth.
By a white lady.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be Morgan Freeman if it was a white lady instead.
There we go. Back to the Future Part 2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. All right. You and Sketchy making it today?
Oh yeah, he's making it today.
Excellent. And we need an appearance of Mohawk. Like I haven't got to see Mohawk. We've heard plenty of Mohawk's attitude. Mohawk giving people the business in the background, right? We've heard him. We know that he exists, and we know that
I got a message from Max today saying she's picking up something. She got to get some documents. So if y'all do the show today, I might be available. Otherwise, I could do Wednesday. So we might have Max on today with Mohawk.
Okay, we need Mohawk on screen. We need to see Mohawk because we've heard his sass. We know that he has opinions about things. He's constantly giving opinions during your show. Like, if you're going to give opinions, you ought to at least come on camera to give them. Right.
Yeah. Well, but most of the time it's like I told you guys Palpatine's not in that show. Why do you keep saying that after I told you? And I'm just like, sorry, Mohawk.
I know. We've got to see Mohawk. So you got to tell Max to bring Mohawk on the show. That's it's important. So we appreciate that. We do have a Mike Porter dad joke to close out. And this is a good Star Wars one. This one is one of his better ones. I will say. Yes, this is a good one. He says,
wait. Does better mean it's worse?
No, I think it's good. I think it's
okay.
I think it's perfect dad joke. Like this is good. What was Kylo's favorite slogan?
What, Mike Porter?
Oh, you win some, you lose some.
You're just when they said you were done, Mike Porter, you come right back out on top again.
Perfect. That was really good. Really good. I enjoyed it. Thanks for enduring the audio issues today, Jason. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get them worked out for Wednesday so I can come over and visit with you guys. Thank you all for being here. And I'm going to hit the buttons. I'm going to make the things happen. And so until next time, my friends, thank you so much. And may the force be with you all. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.
Run, Elves, run! Run, Elves, run! You can...
Talking through the news from a galaxy far away. Toys and book reviews, positivity all the way. Come and join the fun, subscribe and like away. Movie news and show reviews, it's like Christmas every day. Oh, Star Wars Santa, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, Star Wars Santa, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Ho, 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 ho. Hot dang, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat tonight on the Star Wars Santa show. He can feel your presence. So join the chat, loosen up and have some fun with Star